Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone Face Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we're here to watch more RahXephon.
Hey Griff,
Uh,
tell us everything you remember from the last two episodes.
Gosh, where did we end off last episode? I think Shinji got back in the mech, right? That's where we left off, like the exact moment.
Well, Shinji doesn't exist yet.
Shinji is actually their son.
Well, yes,
No.
technically Shinji does exist because the writer worked on both things.
You'll probably
But
need to help me with proper nouns because it's been like, what, at least a good month since we've watched this?
I think throughout all of our reactions and multiple shows, it's very indicative to both the viewing audience and ourselves
hmm
that I don't recognize people based on their names. I'm a face guy, and that's your face, Griff.
Yup, it sure is. But in that case, our main character last episode kind of went around being confused, and let's see, he actually was dragged around a whole lot by our spy girl, I believe, right? First, like, being told the truth that, oh, there aren't just like a million people left in the world from disaster, this has all been a lie. I think we thought maybe this is like some sort of alien Potekman village or something. She steals a fighter jet with him in it, goes on a spree shooting stuff down for a moment, and eventually they make their way to the base when I think they lose control of the ship. Like it starts moving towards that direction outside of their control. He hears the music, we see the mysterious haunting hallucination again, and now he's back in the mech. We had additional details during the show where other characters only seem to acknowledge her in like this weird hypnotic way, and she doesn't give a reflection. So she is not really there, probably.
Clarification, when you say her, who are you referring to?
The weird hallucination girl in yellow.
Right. I just want to make sure because I didn't hear any separation between spy lady and hallucination girl.
I know, it's the problem when we don't have proper nouns to deal with, because again, in and out of my brain after a whole month. Uh but we've gotten a whole lot of mystery, but we don't have any answers still, obviously. And we
Well,
have 24 episodes to not get them answered.
well, there were another series of revelations. Like,
hmm
what are all the mystery revelations that you can recall off the top of your head? I mean, vis-a-vis, as you described, like nobody recognizes the mystery girl.
Uh, Nobody recognizes Mystery Girl. Yeah, that was one of them. World population is different according to different people. There might be time travel. Aliens are already here. Some people have blue blood and work for the government. Uh, and also there are other planets involved.
Okay, I know where you're going with another planets involved. I
Our
can
initial shot, yeah.
Yeah, and can you name at least one member of the government who possibly is an alien?
Our main character's mother.
All right, I just want to remember. And do you remember the very confusing shot of you complaining about diving positions,
Yes.
where it turned out the girl had no reflection?
Look, all I'm saying is I ain't using those diving blocks, okay? Like, you can't make me.
This goes to show you, you'd get killed by a vampire immediately.
But I won't be killed at the public pool.
Well, you would if there was a vampire there.
Well, I wouldn't be killed because of the pool's terrible infrastructure. So, Theta, I know you love keep things close to your chest, but is there anything you'd like to say about the previous episode or what's upcoming before we get to it?
No, I feel like I've done that at the end of every episode. Like when I call you back to go to a time spot and look at it or things like that. I think I've been pretty on beat about
hmm
not telling you what's going on, but when I remember things, because the thing is, I haven't seen the show in forever, but I do know the whole plot, sort of. So when I remember things that happen in every episode, I'm pretty good about not telling you what they are, but calling you back to the timestamp, which gives you a clue.
Right, right. In that case, I think we got nothing left except to go ahead and get confused. But before we do, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed that algorithm. Top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, as well as some early access stuff, you can check it out over on the Patreon. Just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure, it's all just help the channel a little bit extra.
Starting off with a great music.
Let's see what we can learn from this. He's a clone. He's born from an egg. He's actually transgender, and he's trying to reveal his true self as his hallucination, who also controls mechs, which, fun fact people don't know right there. Trans people can, in fact, pilot giant robots. It's their inherent skill. I don't make the rules.
I mean, you're going on like a comedy routine, but there are a number of clues in the opening.
Yeah, he's a clone born from an egg. We got that part. The mech has better and better hair each time I see it. I don't think we've seen that character at all yet, so that's gonna come up, I'm sure.
You have... I think you have
Alright.
once. I think they might have been in episode 1, I can't remember.
Yeah, maybe for like a very brief moment. Of course, got our spaceships.
Yeah, it's like a nostalgia trip for me.
You already understand what all the symbolism is.
Fuck no. Symbolism is well beyond me.
Speaking of symbolism, hatch from the egg.
Well, no, this is where we ended with the whole blue bullet thing.
Yeah, your mom is an alien, and you're in a mech. What do you do now? Your mom's also psychic.
なんだって何を言ったんだ母さん待ってたのあなたの血があなたの中で目覚める日をどれも量子凝縮反応 FD 位相変換増大中
Quantum condensation. Oh, that's why he's so sweaty now. The humidity's going up.
よく聞こえない。ドレムとゼフォンがなんだと。
Resonating with one another.
She just killed her assistant.
She didn't. The Dolom did.
She summoned it. She's floated up to it.
I don't think you understood what was going on in the previous scene.
さあ、アヤト、私の。お前は
Alright, now things are getting even more confusing.
Not really.
On one hand... Go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead.
On one hand, the hallucination literally brought him here and arranged everything to happen. And then the moment someone else sees him, and the mother sees him, she's happy that this is happening, and then it's like, oh, wait a second, the hallucination is here.
So you're not so much concerned about the fact that somebody else saw the hallucination?
You know, maybe it's an alien thing.
I was saying pointedly, this is all stuff that'll make sense in hindsight later on.
Right. They have already revealed that they're just straight up psychic too, so... Alright, now what's gonna happen? Are we getting in a fight?
あれは石取りそうなの歌いなさいラーゼフォンお前の歌を
Sing your supreme song.
歌いなさいラーゼフォンいつか全てが一つになるために
Okay, okay, we are on the human instrumentality track. Okay. Now everything's coming together.
I'm almost afraid that you might have missed something already.
I just loved watching your expressions work, though.
Of that, don't look into mine. Mine was a reaction to the show.
三島
Thankfully, he said it twice now, so I'm sure you haven't missed that.
Right. So she wasn't real, but the scarf was.
ゼフォンの量子凝縮板計測限界まで増大レベル12プラス
アリアと共鳴している
Ah, cool. That was my memory kicking in. I said they were resonating, and they were resonating.
So yeah, very Eva at the moment. Emotional trauma lets you use laser beams and such. And instant victory.
Now, do you see why it wasn't the mother?
Okay, yeah, no, I get it.
This is a fairly important concept to be getting right
They,
now.
they... Oh, he's going to space now. No time for that. So are the remote pilots also holo projections, or...?
境界と融合していきます回廊が形成されました
And they got
障壁を跳躍したようです
障壁を外に出たというのか奴がオリンと外になんてことだ
It's gotten outside, Griff.
陸外は
Well, now we're gonna go ahead and learn the context of this little Japanese island. What exactly is going on? What kind of level of being deceived are they on?
Welcome to our town, Griff. Welcome to our town.
Oh, it's still got crabs.
They're hard to get rid of, Griff. I tried all sorts of shampoos.
Ah, they're friendly. Yeah, no, running from the machine that's off isn't gonna really do much for you. So, I mean, people did just let you park here.
ここもダメと使える通信機はなしか
How the hell did you get out of all this? You were almost smooshed earlier. Hold up.
具合はどう
You clearly were not paying
あれは
attention.
何あの壁みたいなやつ
He had a
I-
glowing orb in his hand the whole fucking time.
木星みたいでしょ
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was his laser beam charging or something.
そうついさっきまで君にとって全世界だった場所
どういう意味
静かに
Did you hear what they called it, Griff?
Tokyo Jupiter.
There you go.
Nani?
Ah, and you almost... Oh, okay. She is going in the water. Those aren't the correct expressions for the scenario, I think. This is, though.
悪かったってばでもあんなとこに乗るあんたも悪いよ三浦半島外の世界はずっと前に消滅したはずじゃ
そう教え込まれてきたわけよねでもこの場所はこうやって存在している信じられないよろしい何でもかんでも簡単に信じない方がいいわ子供じゃないんだから君を混乱させようと
Yeah, you're a teenager. You know everything now.
何のために
混乱させるつもりならそんなこと教えるわけないでしょまあ君も私も風邪ひきそうだってのは現実だけど
I think she's my favorite character.
She's definitely got personality. You chose that yourself, man? I feel like he's like wearing something a DBZ villain would wear.
電気が通じてないの電話も同じ
She just told you they don't work. Alright, at least she chose something sensibly fashionable.
済んだの？
私はね、あ
なんだよ。
却下。
There we go. Someone spoke some sense. She's now my favorite character.
これよね。
The rest of them also have dust on them.
Hmm. それはよしなさい。レトルトは缶詰より持ちが悪いわ。
え、レトルトでも3年くらいは大丈夫だろう
？3年ですって？
Yeah, it's got like vacuum sealed plastic inside.
Remember the watch, right?
It's slightly more than 3 years, if I recall. Maybe like 30? I don't remember the exact numbers right now, but it was a long while.
今度はどこ？
もう日が落ちるわ。ラーゼフォンのところまで戻って落ち着き場所を探さないと。
ラーゼフォン？
そう、あの翼持つ巨人。君はあれと同化してたのよ。覚えてないの？
ラーゼフォン。
来年の7月、満を持しての開催となるオリンピックカブール大会に向けて、スケートボード、ジャンプの日本選手団のメンバー
Oh, hell yeah. Extreme sports just got into the Olympics.
2024年？
どうかした？
今、2024年って言わなかった？
言ったわ。
Theta, this is just in 1 year.
2015年だろ？僕が
So close.
1998年生まれで。
17歳でしょ？ちょっと待って。混乱しちゃうじゃない。今日は11月10日のはずよね。
11月
？2027年のね。
あなたは
We missed it, Theta. We missed 4 years of anime reviews.
何がおかしいんだ？
説明には時間がかかるわ。すぐ聞きたい。
Come on, give us the lore dump, dudes.
聞いても理解できないかもしれない。
私の言ったこと気にしてるの？これも何かの陰謀かもしれないって。
That's right, Griffin getting jerked around.
愛のように甘く、悪魔のように黒いってわけにはいかないけど、コーヒーには違いないでしょ？
なんか浦島太郎の気分が分かったような気がするよ。
ラーゼフォンは玉手箱にしては大きすぎるけどね。
俺友達を霊から助けてやれなかった。一つだけ教えてよ。
いいわよ。何？
母さん、それから友達、今でもいるんだよね。あの壁の向こう、東京ジュピター。
私たちはそう呼んでる。
生きてるんだよね、そこで。
Especially your mother. She's kind of gonna be around for a while.
That help you out, Griff?
Well, like, if it's on Earth, I couldn't place it. But hey, big barrier.
I think you can place it. You've seen maps of it multiple times.
隼人君。
Remember in episode 1 where I called him a little shit?
Yup.
Continues to be.
Come on, if all you're doing is gonna go wander around looking at the desolate city, you could have at least left that as your note instead. It's like, hey, wander around the city aimlessly, we'll be back later. Kill one giant robot. Well, he's been at it all day. Now, will she show back up in a car that she found? Good hallucination.
もしもしもしもし。
やっと。
え？
あやと。
母さん？
気をつけなさい、あやと。
母さん、今どこなの？東京？まだ東京にいるんだろ？
Actually, I wonder if psychic powers can work through phones that are off.
彼ら、私たちの町を破壊していったやつら。彼らがあなたに母さんのことを忘れさせようとする。
忘れさせ？忘れるってどういうこと？どうやってそんな。ねえ母さん、僕見たんだ。あれは母さんだよね。あいつらと一緒にいたのは。
憎みを仕向ける。信じさせようとするはず。
え？
いろんなことをそのため
Hey, gaslit son.
用心して。
じゃあ、あの人はやっぱり。
待ってるわ。マクラブシーズグラディシュス母さんからブデゴに。
Now we're just mumbling.
No, the Japanese translation of I'll be waiting is a really long and complex. That's why Silent Hill is such a complex game.
Oh, and now he's vanished. Yep, that's a big hole. And no, you can't jump it.
How's that car looking?
Oh, best car they could find. Yeah, definitely not jumping that.
でも僕たちは出てきた。
それはそう。
だったらまた戻ることだって。
ダメなの。最近やっと時間ポテンシャルの壁を突破する新しい技術が開発されたけど、それには膨大なエネルギーがいるの。君がどんなに戻りたいと願っても、今の私には何の手助けもできない。意地悪で言ってるんじゃないのよ。
Yep, here we go. It's called action. You literally cannot go back to the world you used to know. Can't believe you're just stealing the bike now too, man. You're such a jerk.
何？
乗って。
足は丈夫な方よ。
僕だってそうさ。
For a second, I thought she was going to do the reverse
な
thing.
んとかして。
Oh, never mind. She's kind of doing it.
迎え？
まさかずっとボロ。
Yeah, I never trust myself in that kind of position at all. I'm just gonna be like, no, I'm gonna fall over.
どうしたの？
She's got a really good quick draw.
どうしたのあなた。一人？みんなどこへ行ってしまったの？偉いわ。よく頑張って生きてたわね。
They found the cat. Yes!
どうする？
There you go. I found my new favorite
どう
character.
するって。連れてっちゃダメ？
なんで僕に聞くの？
もう餌あげちゃったのよ。
You
それ
can't
っき
indulge
りに
here.
してもそう思うわ。なんてひどい人間たちだって。ねえ、いいでしょ。
だから僕が決めること
There's
じゃ。
implications, yeah, Griff, that you
連れてくって
haven't fully
どこへ？
yet thought about.
あ、どうしたの？どこ行くの？
帰りたいんだよ。返してやればいいじゃない。
Traveling through time through the barrier, aged her 30 years. She was 16 when she
家
entered.
族が
Now she's 46.
どうしたの？
船から降りて。この子お願い。
何？うわ！なんだよ。
Or are we looking at like more of a John Connor scenario? You know, I know she did that to light a fire for the plane passing by, like as a signal, but you think they would notice the giant robot?
リーラ・リトバク。
何？
テラ所属の特務航空母艦。
テラ？テラって？
地球連合の対ムー戦略研究機関。私の勤め先よ。テラ情報部第二諜報課特務隊員首藤遥。敬礼はしなくてよし。
One thing I'm not just struggling to remember.
The actual name of Terra?
No, you see
Someone
Terra in
else.
every opening.
Mhm.
As I say, if you pay enough attention to the opening, one of the scenes in the opening, he's wearing like a big uniform thing that says
Yeah, he's got the
Terra.
flight suits.
Yeah, it says Terra right across the front.
So, honestly, like, in terms of, like, confusing stuff, this was just kind of, like, a nice, quiet, atmospheric episode more than anything, for the most part, right? Well, after the initial start.
You've gotten... This was, sort of a more of a... No more mysteries. Here's some hints to answers. So I think if you were, like, putting this together like a mystery, you could have solved a number of things yourself already.
Right.
I think next episode is going to be the expositionary. Hey, here's for everyone in the back who couldn't figure it out.
Here's the direct explanation for it. Probably matches up to most of what you were thinking already. Let's see. Does this show do next times? I've already forgotten now.
I have also forgotten, so...
Yeah, I think it might. But no, Alright, now it's actually ending.
ささやかな嘘、海よりいでしもの二つの月間、震えるは少年の音色なり、ラーゼフォン第四楽章、自分の時計、世は音に満ちて。
So,
There you go.
yeah. Like I said, there's elements. These aren't things that I could go back to timestamps for and say, because I think you picked up on most things that happened.
Yeah. But I think just kind of like on running commentary, what I probably want to point to is actually the newest Matrix, the fourth one, where they have like a moment where they're sitting down and they actually kind of like directly say like you never know how much noise is in the Matrix until you finally get to unplug from it, and they're just having like a nice quiet moment about it. I feel like that same kind of sensation with this episode, like as kind of like a primary theme. He's reorienting himself to a new world where there's just not as much stuff being thrown at him for a couple of minutes.
Well, here's some elements that we know that I feel would just be rehashing with you and not me saying stuff. Well, we know that there's a bubble that looks like Jupiter.
A bubble controlled by aliens called the Mu, who also have spaceships who are keeping a specific segment of Japan under subjugation, believing that it's like 30 years in the past or so, and that most people outside the bubble are completely dead.
A time... God, I can't remember what they called it. Time composite or time possibility barrier
Hmm.
that they've only just discovered a way to pierce with
Right.
a lot of energy, and the world on the outside has a different time according to the watch you saw in episode 1.
And of course, that the RahXephon can also use that same amount of energy and also escape the barrier. It can just do that inherently.
Right. Those are the big things. Just
Hmm.
just very much let's show you a map of the ground and see what ideas you come up with.
Yeah. I think the thing that kind of like got repeated the most in this episode was specifically the aliens are also telepathic, or at least our protagonist's mother is telepathic to our main character, right? And we also saw that the barrier makes it harder for that to happen. If this is like a weird time barrier, makes sense. There's interference. It's not easy. I don't need like a full mechanical rundown of how telepathy works. I'm sure it's just for fun. Um,
Telepathy, it's just for fun.
yeah, exactly. Sorry, I had no good way to end that statement. But so the biggest thing that comes out of that is that the mother, in fact, saw the girl that we keep calling the hallucination, right? That no one else really seems to acknowledge, doesn't cast a shadow, doesn't have a reflection, things like that. But she goes, wait a second, how are you doing this?
Well, I mean, you don't have to call it the hallucination. Here's a name. You heard it twice now.
And it went right back out of my head, like most things.
All right, well, that's gonna sour or dampen a little reveal, but
Miracle.
it starts with an M, sure.
Mimosa. They did show it twice. I did see it. I connected that was her name. Uh, I completely forgot. Um, I don't remember if the name means anything.
Not yet.
Okay, not yet. That's all I need to know. Doesn't matter then. But my theory on other people seeing her, i.e., the mother seeing her, is that it's because of the telepathy. If this girl is some kind of mind form or something, who's also trying to usher in human instrumentality, incidentally, then of course the telepathic people can all see it. That would be my thesis. So that means that our protagonist is also telepathic, because he's also an alien, because his mother is an alien. Unless, of course, it's a fake mother, in which case all bets are off the window.
Yeah, don't want
How can we know until it's proved otherwise?
don't want to write off a body snatcher scenario.
Sure, I'm one of the pod people, but I have all the memories of my previous form. I technically still care about the things I did before. I'm just made out of plant now. Let's see. What other big important things happened in this episode that really matter? Um, let's see. So she escaped on the RahXephon. That was like something I got confused about, because the last thing I remember was her our spy girl getting crushed. And then nothing after that. But you said the bubble makes sense.
Didn't
I
get
just didn't
crushed.
notice.
RahXephon protected her, and then
I'm completely misinterpreted
and
that
then
that's what happened.
held her in a glowing energy sphere for like the entire scene.
He punches with that hand.
No, he doesn't. He punches with a different hand.
Yeah. But let's see. So we got that. What other things? We got a cat. You know, cat's cute. I want to see more cat. Cat needs to be a big participant going forward here, for sure, right? Cat's gonna get its own mech? Yeah, no, it's definitely gonna do. You know, like Outlaw Star. Have the cats pilot it. But I think more importantly, you were hinting at what's up with the weird relationship where our spy girl is asking for permission from the kid to keep the cat and is doing so like excitedly. I almost want to bet on time shenanigans. That we have a John Connor situation. You've hinted at it before too. Like there's more things going on, and they have some sort of relationship. My guess is that he's the father, she's the daughter. She's now gone back in time to go ahead and rescue him.
Is that what you meant? I had no idea what the fuck you meant by John Connor shenanigans. I don't even. You wouldn't even call that John Connor shenanigans. That would be Kyle Reese shenanigans.
Would it be? No, that's the main person in Terminator that everyone cares about is John Connor, right?
In Terminator 1, John Connor sends Kyle Reese back in time to protect his mother because Kyle Reese falls in love with a picture of John Connor's mother. And so John Connor knows this dude's gonna fuck my mom. And Kyle Reese thus becomes John Connor's father, but
All right.
doesn't survive to go to the future because he gets killed in the past.
All right, so the family tree might be even larger. Okay, fair enough, but the grandfather then has to be the captain of the ship, of the aircraft carrier they have out there. Whoever's in charge, that's the third link in the sequence.
I'm just saying, naming it, I would call it the Kyle Reese shenanigans more than I would John Connor shenanigans. Not saying you're right or wrong. I'm just going over my nitpick on that one. And my laughing at that was that you're saying I'm betting on time travel shenanigans or whatever. And it was a laugh because we keep calling the barrier thing time potential or whatever. So it's just
Right.
like they're throwing the word time out there. And you're like, you know what? I bet this has something to do with time.
Are you sure? I mean, there's clocks in the intro and outro, and it's like a primary motif that they're throwing out there a lot. I mean, are you sure? Can we ever really know anything?
You're asking me if I'm sure. You're the one who said your theory.
I'm sorry, I have to throw this out to the hypothetical person that I'm talking to. That is gonna go ahead and nod and go, yes, yes, of course. Like I'm in a platonic dialogue.
Yeah, with yourself. I'm in the know. I'm not going to confirm or deny anything.
But no, I think I'm having fun with this. This was a good breather episode from the previous ones, which are just crazy constantly, which I love. But this was a nice break. We got to see the characters. They just inhabited the world, expressed personality. And even though our protagonist is a dick and he keeps doing things like running off without saying anything or stealing the bike, I like both of these characters. And we've had this problem in other anime where we're just like, well, why do I care about these people? They aren't fun or interesting. It's like, no, I like these characters. I want to see more of them.
He's a half Shinji, right? Shinji would have run off with the bike and left her behind.
Wouldn't even leave a note.
Yeah, dude, well, I'm saying the dude grabbed the bike and then said, get on. So, he's a half Shinji.
Yeah.
Like I said, this episode is very much here's your chance to try and figure it out before we spell it out for you next episode.
Yeah.
Here's an episode for the smart people. Next episode's going to be for the dumb people.
Right. I feel like right now the only things that are unclear going forward are the Moo and all of their specifics. Just because they're not the people we're following along right now. They're supposed to be the people who have all the weird stuff. We'll figure all that out later. But for the world, I think I understand it now. It took a couple episodes, but we're here.
I guess you're facing the problem of I don't know the things I should be confused about.
Exactly.
That there are
until they start telling me, did you pay attention 5 episodes ago? I won't know.
Right. That there are plot elements that you haven't picked up on because God, there are plot elements you haven't picked up on because the show has suggested them, but not in the same way that it has suggested other in-your-face plot elements. Not everything you've been shown is a Tokyo Jupiter. A massive thing that's literally in your face.
So sometimes it's like tiny details that might matter.
Basically.
Which we'll find out those tiny details later. I at least caught on with like the phone stuff. Like, oh right, yeah, they're not working. This is not correct. So yeah, no, I think other than that, I feel in a comfy position with RahXephon, and I'm waiting for it to go ahead and confuse me again. Can't wait. So I think Yeah, so I think for now we'll go ahead and wrap up for today. This has been Stoneface Reactions, everyone. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we'll catch you next time. See you around. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?